Welcome to Outlaw Librarians, Jailbreaking the Modern Library, a Peoria Public Library podcast, where we bend and break the rules of the old-fashioned library. Listen while we talk about how librarians are breaking the stereotype of boring, stuffy libraries. Welcome to Outlaw Librarians, a Peoria Public Library podcast. We are here with podcast number 9, Capture Them at a Young Age. Today we have Katy with us. Welcome, Katy. Tell us what your, how long you've been with Peoria Public Library, what are the various jobs you've done, that kind of thing.
I've been at Peoria Public Library for 10 years, first as a library assistant and now as a reference assistant who works with children.
Awesome. Okay. I know you're heavily into children's programs. Tell us about the new program you're doing, the 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten. What's that all about?
Well, anyone from the time that they're born until they enroll in kindergarten is eligible to participate. And basically the goal is to read those 1,000 books. And the more books you read, it helps foster a love of reading in kids and makes them recognize letters, to help with alphabet and everything. And just repetition of reading, hearing those sounds helps them become better readers and just more prepared for reading.
Okay. Why is this list important? You mentioned to learn your numbers and letters and recognize them, and learn how to read. How do they get to this list? What are some, to me it's a strange list. I don't know if I could pick 1,000 books.
Well, it's not a set list of 1,000 you have to read because you can actually read any 1,000. But when you sign up, you do get some recommended books from the program, and they're broken down into age groups. So there's recommended books for birth to, I believe, 2 years. And there are a lot of board books and a lot of black and white books because at that age, the kids really can focus on that black and white and draw them into those pictures. There's another list for 2s and 3s and then a 4 to 5 list. So you can work your way up through books, but yeah, it doesn't have to be books on that list. You can read any books. And if you read the same book more than once, that counts too because it's, encouraging, loving reading, not read what we tell you.
Okay. Well, that's good. I thought there was going to be a list of 1,000 books that these kids have to go through. Well, that's a positive. I know you've started Baby Playground program. It's done at the McClure and Lakeview branches. What is this program about?
This program, it kind of teaches kids at an early age. The library has lots of programs to offer and is kind of aimed to grab them from the time they're born and get them coming to the library for books and other things. So what Baby Playground is it's a room set up just filled with toys, kind of in little stations of toys, but they're spread out, and it gives the kids a chance to just explore the toys, play with them, interact with other kids, and it also lets the parents sit and watch them play or get involved if they want to, or interact with other parents in a controlled environment for their kids, but also get some time with other adults.
Oh, that's nice. So a good thing for both the kids and parents. That sounds fun to go to. We need an adult version of Baby Playground.
That would be fun.
You were saying it develops their social, playing with the games. Who came up, or where did this idea originate from? Where did you come up with this idea of the Baby Playground? Did you read about it somewhere?
When I went to a workshop at the Illinois Library Association a few years ago, I went to, I don't remember the name of it, but it was it was called Embrace the Mess.
Embrace the Mess. I like it.
And it was all about messy programs for kids from birth on. And this one just seemed like a really easy one to do. This particular library offers it June through August instead of story time during summer reading, which I find is kind of an odd twist because our story time numbers are the biggest in the summer. But I liked it, and so I was like, well, maybe we can work that into a once-a-month thing. And I took some of their ideas and used some of them. I don't have an inflatable pool full of shredded newspaper like they do.
Oh, darn.
That was just too much mess for me. But instead I do have an inflatable ball pool filled with balls for a ball pit.
Mini ball pit.
Yeah.
See, we need an adult Baby Playground. Well, that's really fun. I just heard that you are starting some new exciting programs, the bilingual story time, and also something called Toddler Play Zone. What are these programs?
Toddler Play Zone is actually an older version of Baby Playground.
Okay, not quite to the adult yet, but we're moving up.
Right,
okay.
And it was inspired by one of our regular dads who comes to story time saying he wanted his kid around other kids her age without going to daycare. So it's like, well, we've got Baby Playground. Let's tweak it for older kids.
Okay.
And then, fun fact about bilingual story time, there are 2 volunteer moms helping me with it, and they met each other at Baby Playground.
Oh, wow.
And they come to my Tiny Tots story time each week. So, yeah, in November, we'll start our first bilingual story time. Mm-hmm. And I think it's interesting to see how the library connected all of us.
Story time is going to be English and Spanish?
English and Spanish, yes.
Okay. If it's popular, maybe would you think about moving into other languages? I know Spanish is our biggest language around here, but there are other options.
If I had someone else to help me, because I do not speak Spanish, so one of them is going to do the Spanish reading, and both these ladies come from bilingual homes. Okay. So that's why it interested them. So if there was someone else to help with another language, then I'd be interested in it.
I'll keep my eyes open for somebody else. Okay, our last question. What's on your nightstand? What are you reading right now?
Oh, I've got several. The one I'm about to finish is called The Swap. And don't ask me the author's name because I have a list a big list of books I have to read now that's part of the Caudle reading list. Okay. So, got 50 of those titles and I cannot keep track of authors right now. But
I don't blame you.
It's a kid's book that's a new take on Freaky Friday.
Oh, okay. All right, well, that sounds really cool. That sounds like a good book. Okay, well, thank you, Katy, for joining us here on Outlaw Librarians for our podcast number 9, Capture Them at a Young Age. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for listening to us here on Outlaw Librarians, Jailbreaking the Modern Library, a Peoria Public Library podcast. We strive to break the rules and laws of the old silent libraries and make them fun and exciting again. We hope you enjoyed listening and learning about the new noisy rules of libraries. You're a daisy! The Show Must Be Go by Kevin MacLeod, Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. Website http://creativecommons.org/licenses/by/3.0/